Incoming fire has right of way. Hello, welcome Supreme Commanders to today's 5 versus 5. Spoiler alert, 10 players feature in this one. That is a 10 if my voice don't break, and 9 of them are going to get knocked out. Today's game averaging 1487 going down on the old Neuroxis map. Jen, thanks for that. A 1200 point spread, so there's quite a gap between the weakest and the strongest players today. And so without any further ado, since as it's melting here inside the UK, let's crack right on with it. I hope you enjoy this one. Sit down, get comfortable. Welcome, Supreme Commanders. Alright, here we go. Let's get our friend. And where are we? Here we go. So our friend here, Phillip Crofts, has provided us with the music. So we're actually going to get to hear both sides of it. So let's take it away, Phillip. There we go. Alright, let's unpause the game then, and we'll start introducing our players. Somebody was saying you forgot the minimap. I did. There we go. Alright, ease off a bit, Philip. That's a little better. Alright, so let's start introducing our players then. Team 1 in the Upper East Side, Team 2 on the Lower West, and for no other reason than he is at the very bottom of the map. We'll start down here on Team 2. I usually call this guy Love Me Some Rice, but today we're going to go with Love Me Summer Ice, because it's so hot in the UK, and the last thing that I want is a bowl of hot rice. I would rather some ice. He's Cybran, he's a 1600 going first land, so it's ever so slightly above the average for this game. We'll move further on back. In back then is Big Boy, he's a 1200, a second Cybran in pink, he's 1200 rated, going first land. Moving forward, that by far the highest rated player in the team, and indeed the game today, is Dr. Soviet from the GB clan. He's a 2200, the only Uber Pro in the game today. Also going first land, also going Cybran, bit of a theme here. Moving on the western side then for Team 1, we've got Rick, our first UEF today in Burgundy. He's a 1400 going first land. And last but not least for his team in bright green, maybe he is least this time, is Zimmy. He's an Aeon, and he's clocking in at 1000 rating points. Our Joe for today. Flipping over then to Team 1 up here. Actually, the lowest rated player in the game is Zaka, so I do like that these two guys are facing each other off. This guy going Seraphim, our first alien of the day, going first land there in sky blue. Moving further around the back then is C-, not C++, but C-. He's there in lilac as once again another guy pausing there for a photo opportunity. Thank you very much, C-. I appreciate that. We'll carry on moving around in Ferrari red. Over here is Legend Law 2. I think we'll just refer to him as Legend for the purposes of this game. He's a 1500 going first land. This guy right about bang on the average, which is 1480. 1487 if we want to be really precise without rounding off. And then last but not least, he's already making his way to the front for his team, is MSG in the 1800 there in a sort of very dirty yellowish, could call it gold really. His Seraphim as well going first. And with that, we've introduced our players. Let's take a look at the game today, or the setup. If we zoom out there, where are we here? Let's try. I didn't set it up ahead of time, so that's the wrong one. Of course, if there's two options, you're always going to get it wrong, aren't you? Just the way that things happen to be. And it is indeed a 15 by 15. All right. So with that, we've finished introducing our players. We'll take a look at the map overall. As we said, it is Neuroxis, so first and last time you're going to see it. Team 1 up there, Team 2 down here. And as of yet, no... Oh, we do have our first little contact over here. And Summer Ice gets the first kill with his hunter there. The T1 light assault bot picks off an engineer from Sassin. Did we introduce Sassin? Sassin in pink. I don't recall mentioning his name. Sassin, 1,000 apologies. He says 1,700 there, going first land as well. See, did anybody notice I missed him out? Watch everybody say, yeah, of course I did. It was obvious, which it probably was, let's face it. Either way, it was an accidental on purpose test. Sassin then redirects a tank over here. And Summer Ice, has he got the moves? No, he does not. The Tham takes it out, and with over half health left. Not even that close, was it? Let's face it. And so, yeah, there's a lot of mass points on this one to be fought for. And what I really like is it's a very wide open front again. We see there's very limited parts of the map that are inaccessible. We've got a plateau for the back airplay on either side. We've got, and other than that, yeah, just one plateau here, one here, one here, one here. So there's only 4 plateaus with a solitary mass point that are inaccessible. We've got a couple more plateaus that have got nothing on it at all. And then a few areas here that have got a ramp that you can climb up. So, and a very, I don't know, maybe it won't make too much difference today, a mountainous region in the central area. And if I just highlight the mass on the map, well, there's almost nothing. Those are very low numbers indeed, especially when you consider that, you know, they include the clumps of, well, everything when we zoom out. And so it's just really this, that's it. 10 mass is basically the largest lump of reclaim. And so I really feel like I've been dragging this out a little bit. It's taken a little time to get underway on this particular map. Despite being a 15 by 15, we see lots of commanders moving to the front. And we're just starting to see where the first action begins to unfold. And I think it's going to be here. Summer Ice again taking it. And with that, I think we can start and change the music over to a more suitable one. Thanks to Phillip. So this was not possible using the regular mod. And so now we can finally do it. And so love me, Summer Ice. Nice little run by here. We've got 4 Mantis. And if he plays his cards right, oh, he's going to have to go after the Tham though, because there's more coming all the time. Does he have any reinforcements? Yes, he does. Is he going to get it is the question, and I don't think he's got enough. It looks like Sassin here was able to hang on to it. That's it, go after the construct. He manages to get the 3rd factory on as well, does Sassin. And so ultimately that's going to be a fail. At least he picks off a unit here that was trying to cut supplies or reinforcements off. And I suspect he's going to bag the mass point there belonging to Sassin. Nice play from Summer Ice. Turn that down just a tad now as we take a look over here. Big boy working with Summer Ice, trying to get the gun. It's going to be a relatively quick one. It's going to be 7.5 minutes. He's got a couple of engineers here assisting, and an attempted run by from Sassin, but there just not enough units, and there's so many units down here from Summer Ice. It's going to be almost for naught. And then now with the gun as well, this is going to be a hold. In fact, Sassin here with a very aggressive factory placement is trying to get the adjacency bonus here from the mass points, and he's going to get forced back. I can't see any way he's going to hold this. Check back on that area a bit. We see it just backs off a tiny bit, going for the gun. This, if there's ever a time you wish you had engineers by your commander to assist the upgrade, this is it. And in fact, here we see he's moving at least 4 of them over. No time like the present. Summer Ice gets a few units run around. We're getting some support here from Legend, but Legend's getting pressured himself by Dr. Soviet. We'll continue moving over to the west, and we see here Zaka 91, somebody else who's trying to make us feel old, has just broken through with a shed load of units. It's forced Zimmy back the 1,000 rating, but don't forget the guy pressing is a 900. And look at this. He's actually airlifting artillery onto the front line inside 9 minutes, inside the bad guy's base. I don't think this guy, Zeker, is legit a 900. That is a higher rated player thing to do. And so Zimmy is forward with his pants down, out of position, and his entire base is going to get wiped out. Check back in over here. Summer Ice continues to push. Sassin, who's got gun, is now going for another upgrade. We'll have to see what... Oh, there we see. It's the regen. We've got a little push down here as well from Sassin. We saw a lot of pressure up here from Summer Ice the whole time. Now the favour has been returned and a check back in over here. Yeah, Zimmy's base has been completely destroyed. He's got a couple of mass points and a hydro, and that is it. Hopefully his team will help him get back in. He did have a mass point here as well. That's been picked off by a couple of Salem scouts, no less. But checking him back over here now. As we approach the 10th minute. And Sassin potentially in a spot bother here. Thank goodness he's got nano. Does he have the ability to OC some of these units? Yes, he does. But he's electing not to, despite the number of Mantis here. He's 7,700. The attack is being followed up. Big Boy is still bare from Team 2. Love Me Summer, of course, with the fast gun. Check it over here. Legend is Tech 2. He's not got the gun, but he's creeping the point defense out. And so back over here, Sassin potentially in a spot bother. He's in a 2v1 situation. Yes, only one of his opponents has got the gun. But Summer Ice over here. Take a quick look elsewhere. Oh, Summer Ice he's looking pretty strong, but he's gotten surrounded. Sassin starts pushing in. I don't understand this from Sassin. He's very low health. Summer Ice was already surrounded, and I think this is going to be a 2-for-1. Both commanders with the gun, both blapping at each other, and it turns out, despite nano, it wasn't enough. Sassin technically defeated by Summer Ice, but I think it was a 2 versus 1. Both players a little unhappy at one another, both claiming they want to play. Well, I think either of you could have broken off that attack a little earlier. I guess neither of them wanted to be the one to pull back. Well, there you go, you pay the price. Now that action's over, we'll tone that down a bit. Legend inherits the base for Team 1. Dr. Soviet for Team 2. As we roll around to the 12th minute again, let's take a look over here. Zimmy. Well, he's been able to re-establish. He's a Tech 1, so it must have taken him some time. He's just still got the hydro. And he did lose these 2 mass points, so I guess a lot of this is based on reclaim. And has anybody handed him anything? Not really. We've got a few units over here from MSG that have managed to run round, and as best I can tell, picked off what could have been a Tech 2 mass point there from Big Boy. Check back over here. Big Boy's currently getting attacked. I suspect there's more things happening over again, so this is disheartening here from Zimmy. That is so cruel from Zeker. He just allows him to rebuild his base, and before he can build a single tank, let's go at him again. Yeah. This right here is enough to make me rage quit. Pull the internet out, call it a draw. Sorry. Zimmy's trying to back off from the artillery units. A little dance there, but I suspect it's far too little, far too late. He's sub 2,000. He's 1,500. He is now eating artillery. Kaboom. Good night. That's the third player who's packing his bags inside the unlucky 13th minute. All right, let's have a little look at mass ecos overall. Look at that, 194, 195 apiece. And so it is neck and neck. Ever so slight advantage to Team 2, like half a tick. Oh no, it's bang on. Did you see that tick? They both ticked over at the same time. All right, let's focus back in. I like what Dr. Soviet's doing here. Going against the Tech 2 point defense with the mobile missile launcher. Also a Tech 2 unit. For those who are unfamiliar with the game, this unit does outrange the Tech 2 point defense. Of course, they're very weak to almost everything else. And here we see Zaker pressurizing the Tech 2. Yeah, there's no way this guy is a 900 rated. Zaker, if you do happen to watch this, let us know. Or let anybody, let us know what you think. Dr. Soviet here with a nice little run by attempt with some Tech 3. He got those out quick. Aside from the Vipers, he more or less skipped Tech 2. By hell, he's got a lot of... how many has he got here on the line? 11 loyalists on 14 minutes up on the line. Granted, he did inherit a base. He's now basically sat on 2 bases. You watch someone say, oh, it's obvious who's going to win then. The only Uber pro in the game sat on 3 bases. I won't be so sure. Of course, I may be bluffing or double bluffing. Yeah, we'll not go over that again. I'd already used that one on a title. And here we see the Viper going after the Tech 2 point defense belonging to Legend. And some of them now going too close. So that there was a mistake, an oversight from Dr. Soviet. Perhaps panicking here, seeing these Tech 2 gunships from Legend. How many has he got right there? Let's select them all. 10 of them. They can put out 800 DPS. And of course, they don't need to swing around to come in for another attack. So that is 800 DPS continuous. TML launcher here from Soviets. And he's going for exposed mass points. These are Tech 2. There is a forward TML. Oh, that was lucky. Despite the TAC missile defense, he's firing multiples. And he picks them all off. I know that the Cybran splits, but man, did that split. Rick with some ASF on the line. And not too late either. Legend there going after this Tech 3 army from Dr. Soviet, who had very little to stop it. Of course, we see C-, with a bunch of ASF as well. And I suspect C has got air here. Let's have a look. How many ASF? We got 24. And he is in pursuit of what, well, I can easily see there's only 7 or 8 ASF there. Thankfully, Dr. Soviet does put himself a couple of SAM sites in the area. The T3 surface-to-air missile battery, and that is the only thing at this stage that will dissuade C-, from flying in this area. Still making use of the mobile missile launchers, but we've got a nice press now on the east side from Legend from Team 1. And yeah, this may get into quite an exposed flank there of Soviet. Big scouting run here as well from Legend. Let's take a little look. We've not had a look at the team views yet. And there we can see that's going to get a nice view. Big Boy does get on the 6 of the scouts, picks off a couple. But the scouts are going to complete mission. And they're going to swing around here. So they're going to get a lot of up-to-date intel there. And once they've flown over Rick's base, their mission really is complete. Many mexes to take to Tech 2 was the notification there to Legend. He's still got a lot at Tech 1, which he does. And there we see the scouting mission is complete. We'll zoom back over here as well. Dr. Soviet very much on the front line. Let's take a look at here. For what it's worth, if you snipe Soviet, we win, says Sassin. Yeah, Sassin speaking from beyond the grave. He was the second strongest player on his team after MSG. I suspect, yeah, you'd take out the strongest opponent. The average is, by the way, there was just 2 points per player separating the 2 teams on average. And so if you take out the 2200, well, suddenly you knock it down to a 12 and a 14. Somehow Soviet holding, he has sent a single brick over here to deal with this spam. And if Legend doesn't split this platoon up quick, which I don't think he's gonna, that is gonna be a comprehensive win for the brick. A nice defense. So we'll come back in over here. Dr. Soviet, who's got stealth and gun. Rick over here with the gun as well. Rick's got a blocking force here. Soviet with a couple of mobile missile launchers. Plenty of Tech 1 point defense. And Soviet on the 18.5 minutes getting himself an experimental online is a Monkey Lord. And that's in good time. See a couple of trebuchets here as well from Soviet that got a little too far forwards. He's pumping out more. Brick redirects his blocking force across, which is a beautiful sweep, and that is going to knock out that push there from Zeka, who was able to push, to be fair, these two players back quite some way. So yeah, Zeka doing very well. Meanwhile, over on the other side, Soviet decides to push, and he's got loyalists over here. He's got scouts, artillery, what he's lacking, mobile missile launchers. He really needs some air here. Legend upgrades from the Tech 2. He's now got broadswords in the area, picking off this, and this attack here is going to peter out thanks to that. We see C-, with ASF in the area to defend. He even got a nice scouting run there with Tech 3, so we can see what's coming. So let's focus back in on the west side then as Dr. Soviet pushes forward. MSG is caught with his pants down. I don't think he sees it coming. He's got no idea at all that the Monkey Lord is here. He starts backing off. There's a red laser of death. And bang! Summarize finds it hilarious. MSG says, ouch, yes indeed. Getting your behind microwaved by that laser beam. I imagine it hurts. We also got this massive attack here on C-. The next strongest player after MSG, who's of course the strongest on his team now, knocked out. And even if this attack here doesn't work, it's just 2,300 hit points. Where's the air? 1,700 hit points now. C-, finally gets his air over the top of his commander. Don't think those fighter bombers are going to get another pass. The Monkey Lord is still here though. There's a lot of bots though raining down. Once again, Zeka with a lot of Tech 1 as well, distracting. There's a couple of loyalists in the area as well from Dr. Soviet in addition to the Monkey Lord. And finally comes some broadswords. We've got some sniper bots a little further back from Legend as well. I think he's just about going to get away with it. Monkey Lord now with 79 kills. It's just a 1 star. I think these broadswords are going to finish it off before it gets to a 2. The two loyalists get a little too close to C-, but he is 2,100 now. He does manage to kill both of those. Still isn't a 1 star though. And the Monkey Lord finally goes down. Big Boy decides to send his ASF and goes after the broadswords. There are 5 of them, and they're going to go down needlessly here. But he can't believe his luck. Then there were 4, then there were 3. And this right here is task saturation if ever I've seen it. And it's just completely wiped out. Legend Lord now with a chicken in response to counterattack the Monkey Lord, which has left 14,500 mass on the field for whoever can get there first. 22 minutes is now approaching. Finally, Legends pursues these ASF, but it was unfortunately a little too late. We do have a bunch of strats here as well from C-. No doubt 4 of them so far. I'm guessing they're trying to get a solution on Dr. Soviets. All right, well, I think it's time to split the screens. Let's put that down here. Let's follow the chicken on the west side. We've got another push from Soviet on the east side. Unfortunately for Soviets, once again, broadswords. He's looking a little light. He's got some Tech 1 and Tech 2 anti-air in that mix. He does pick off 1 of the flak units. We'll see if he can manages to continue to press. Also got a single bot that's broken through down here as well from Legend. But for now, we're going to focus in on the chicken and this time an anti-clockwise rotation. Soviet up the east side. Legend down the west. Zeka flanking the chicken with a bunch of spam that has been very effective, I have to say. We got sniper bots here as well. And finally, strategic bombers coming down. And we saw these being gathered up. I suspect that they were being used for a snipe attempt, and he's realized we're going to have to reveal our hands and use them defensively. And they're going to be very good because all of this anti-air was mostly Tech 1 and Tech 2. And yeah, that's left these broadswords with an almost open goal now. And what was looking very effective here from Soviet is fizzling out very quick. We've now got a Monkey Lord versus Chicken. And Soviet with a bunch of bots as well. Usually this would go the Chicken's way, but with all these loyalists, that's going to be a win for Soviet and Team 2. Get the loyalists out the way. That's going to be a nasty Ion Storm. And here we see that attack there from Soviet petering out. And so both attacks from both teams petering out at exactly the same time. Let's restore. And we've still got more attacks coming down. C minus with his air. Big Boy with just enough ASF on the line. Legend roaming around with the force here that consists a lot of lightning tanks. There's a couple of sniper bots, but this is mostly an anti-air contingent, and that is going to dissuade Team 2 from flying over this area as well. And so, yeah, what was left here completely peters out thanks to the Tech 3-point defense from Rick. Checking back over here, a bit more of a press from Soviet. That gets picked up by these Tech 3 gunships. Oh my goodness. Big Boy going after the gunships, flies over the lightning tanks, realizes no, there's no way it can hang around there. Man, are those suckers effective. I think they seem to be the best Tech 3 anti-air mobile unit in the game, those lightning tanks. Soviet here with a bunch of loyalists once again. The guy mixing up Tech 3 and Tech 4 does do very well. Checking in over here. Solitary Ilshi here that's done extremely well. 9 kills, it's a 3-star. Got itself almost 3,000 mass. We've also got the broadswords here from Legend, and they're going to get taken out by Big Boy, who this time is on the board with the ASF, and he's not going to be made to pay for that. 1, 2, 3, all down. C minus does move in, but it's going to be a little too late. And Soviet with a solitary brick there does finally manage to get that Ilshiva before it was able to get much else done. Scouting run from Team 1. And I guess the only thing they're going to see is, oh, he's got another experimental. Big Boy with a Corsair run here and gets completely wiped out by those lightning tanks. I suspect he was going after these sniper bots here. And that is going to force Dr. Soviet's hand. I thought over here Zeka was going to push down once again with mostly spam. Soviet breaks through 26 minutes 30. How far is he going to press? There's a lot of engineers and spam here. The forward construction units from Zeka 91. It does have a couple of siege tanks, so it's not entirely a mismatch. Desperate pleas for help pings. And what we got here, strategic bombers. Well, this will sort it out. Beautiful bombing run there from C-minus Spicy. Got at least 5 loyalists there. So that's half of that force wiped out in just one pass. Meanwhile, we've got an attack down here. We'll check on that in a sec. The strategic bombers continue to go after the loyalists. There's just 4 left now from that original force. And there's more strats there. I'll let you guess which way that's going to go. So let's focus in over here on Legend. If you do want to keep track of it, do make use of the minimap. I'm far more interested in this larger force over here. Do got a bit of a blocking force once again from Dr. Soviet, and so it's not entirely an open goal. But it does seem like Legend has got superior forces here. And it's a nice mix. Lightning tanks, siege tanks, as well as sniper bots. Ilshis as well. And so, yeah, it's a real good mix. And this here was all Tech 2 capped off, belonging to Soviet. And so times that by 4. It's 36 mass per tick is now doing without. Speaking of mass, let's take a look. 28 minutes just past. 900,000 versus 812, let's call it, in favor of Team 2. And so the guys down south with a massive advantage at this moment in time. Soviet does finally run into this with his blocking force. He outnumbers for now, but all of his bricks are very heavily damaged. One brick goes down. Oh, I don't believe this. Perhaps a micro mismanagement from Legend. He's going after higher health units. And Soviet now bringing a couple more bricks in, so even if he does start a micro now, it's going to be too late. Once again, a shed load of gunships belonging to Legend getting picked off. Big Boy, he's now caught up in an air engage with C-, and, well, certainly C-, has got numbers. He is fighting over enemy flak, but the outnumbering is far too much, and that is going to be a big win for Team 1. Checking back on the west side then. We've got this push with this monkey from Dr. Soviet. With his Monkey Lord, don't forget though, we've got a couple of chickens now from Seika. Say don't forget. Don't think I'd pointed it out until just now. Well, 2 chickens versus 1 Monkey Lord in the distance there. Who's got the crystal ball online? We've also got a 3rd chicken over here from Legend. So this is a 3 versus 1 experimental fight. And Soviet, I think he's seen it because he's pulled back. Indeed he has. He's got visual ID on these 2. I don't think he's seen the 3rd one. But he's already seen it's a 2 versus 1 and so rightfully backed off. We've still got all these gunships in this corner from Team 1 inflicting damage as well as the superiority fighters. Some real nice teamwork there between Legend and C-. For now it comes down to this. Team 2 will be relieved to see a megalith here now from Dr. Soviet. That's making its way to the line in half an hour. We've also got a fatty under construction from Rick. It's just over halfway. Megalith getting some nice shots here around the cliff, utilizing its extended range. And that is some real nice shots for very little damage there from Soviet. We've also got the chicken here from Legend. He's split off his chicken, going down a different way. We saw the ping there. Sassin is highlighting it for his team. And these gunships here from Legend continuing to make good work. The Monkey Lord there belonging to Dr. Soviet goes down. One of the chickens goes down. That Ion Storm is going to impact worse for Soviet, who did have himself some Tech 3 bots here. Seika is now retreating with his 1 remaining chicken. That's going to force the Megalith here to go through the Iron Storm. And then Dot Soviet says, no, I'll let you get away with your chicken. It's not worth the cost. Another push over here with ASF. Once again, C has got numbers. He's going to fly over Rick's base. He's continuing to get on Big Boy's tail. Big Boy finally decides, you know, I may as well try and kill 1 or 2. It's a lost cause anyway. We see here a few units from Rick as well, ASF-wise, and that was unfortunate. So focus back over here. We see the attack in the mids petered out, but this is anything but petered. Legend continuing to push with his chicken. There's almost nothing stopping it. It's full health, 60 kills thus far, and it's pushing deep inside Soviet's base. Team 1 needed something. Don't forget they were 100,000 mass per tick behind. We've also got this very nice attack here from Seika. He's gotten 3 or 4 siege tanks into the back of Rick's base, and there looks to be very little to stop it over there. Rick's sending a couple of Tech 2 gunships over, but for now, this is where it's really at. We've got some follow-up bots here from Legend as well. Big Boy flying over the top, very expensive to do due to the lightning tanks. Soviet is shadowing it with these bricks once again, but this chicken continues to devastate. 67,000 mass killed thus far, and I don't think it's received any damage whatsoever. It's a full health. It's a 4-star, shortly to be 5. Dr. Soviet redirecting a new megalith over there to deal with it, but I suspect the chicken's going to have inflicted all the damage by there. We'll check back on that in a minute because we've got a big important gauge here. Megalith versus... Oh, he turns... No, he doesn't go on fire. Fire. The chicken. And a bit of a mistake there from Dr. Soviet. Can, of course, retreat the megalith, but he turns round instead. Requires micro to retreat, and that was so close. Megalith manages in its dying shot. Half a second later, the chicken would have won that. The Iron Storm's going to get it anyway, but at least it does take out the chicken. That leaves these forces from Soviet very exposed. He's going to have to pull those back. Although Soviet is sending a new megalith forward, a full health one, so it's not all over. Chicken over here, still full health. Look at this, 100,000 hit points. Oh, it's taking a little bit of damage now thanks to these bricks. It's a 5-star with 74,000 mass killed and counting. Soviet's still chasing it down with this megalith, but I suspect the chicken is going to wipe out the base. If ever there was an experimental unit of the match, that was it. It's not every day you see a chicken with so many kills. And now new alerts, new pings, as once again Soviet presses forward. Is this one going to be more successful? We can see where the last lot petered out at. He's currently passing through that area. Perhaps needs to move his air forwards. So many scouts over here from Team 1. They want to know exactly what's going on. No doubt fearing monkey lords coming through. Chicken, well, so far 84,000 mass. It's still going 89,000 hit points, so it's still at 90% health. Continues to wander around, and it's going to hook up with this unit here, or this platoon rather, full of units from Legend, who is playing exceptionally well. If we take a look now at the ecos, 1.41 million, not 1,000 million, versus 1.26, and so still about 150,000 mass overall advantage for Team 1. But with the success of this chicken bot here, don't forget this has taken out 86,000 of those mass. I suspect that advantage is far less than what it initially seems on paper. Take a look at the kills to build ratio. Yeah, look at that. Team 1 035 versus 027 for Team 2. And so overall, Team 1 have gotten a lot better kills in terms of how much mass they've had to spend. So Soviet here with, I don't know. I like the loyalists here. This is crucial to deal with this Tech 1 arty spam. And now we do have a well-microed retreat. There you see lots of very little waypoints in quick succession behind the megalith. Allows for the retreat, but how many gunships have we got here from Legend? Let's deselect the chicken. 8,500 DPS. That's almost 2 Monkey Lords worth of damage there. Look at all these bouncers belonging to Dr. Soviet. That's so many gunships and broadswords he's killing. He does lose the megalith though. That's absolute madness. However, Soviet, how many times have we seen this? Just as he loses a megalith, the next one gets up on the line, and if we zoom out, well, look, I say he's killed it. No, he hasn't. Legend decides to bring his chicken back, perhaps to give it a medal. It's not often we see a full health 5-star vetted up chicken brought back to base with 86.7 thousand mass killed. Perhaps Soviet's pursuit with the megalith explains it, and that, of course, without a single kill, is 110,000. So the fully vetted up chicken that's normally much less health does equal the full health Mega, and Soviet now who's got cloaking as well as the stealth, and so the other team won't be able to see him unless they get Omni and or Intel. So let's have a look. What can the other team see? Well, there we go. That's it. They do see here these bots. Of course, the megalith, the Monkey Lord is stealth as well. And yeah, problems here. Soviet with his full health megalith without a single kill going down to this group of broadswords. Here's a bunch of scouts, and they do. The Tech 3 scouts fly right over Soviet. He gets pinged out. I says a 900 better than a 1400. Well, we did say that Zeka was playing well above his weight. I suspect he's not 1900, and so there we go. Soviet ACU, Sassin has spotted it. He's marking the area. A Soviet, yeah, he's playing kind of dangerous being so far forward. And what has we here? Tech 3 artillery connecting in the back of Big Boy's base. And if we look over here, Zaka, he's got on his Tech 3 piece online. There may have been a second one, actually, that I saw. Or was I just imagining things? Oh, it's coming from over here. There we go. And that one with 12 kills so far from Legends. So we have reached the Tech 3 arty stage. And a very high damage, high skill, high repair now. 145 hit points a second. Chicken, belonging to Legend, makes its way back forwards. And so this artillery, it looks like they're going after the air player. Big Boy's base is on the menu. May not be so big after these artillery shells break through. And they're starting to break through. His shields are cracking, as is my voice. Oh no, there goes almost all of his drone kennels. And so yeah, that's not going to be much fun whatsoever for Big Boy. 39 minutes. Again, Team 1 did need something. We're going to check back in on this advancing Monkey Lord. In fact, we've got 2 together with the Megalith here. Soviets backing it up with all these bouncers. There's 3 broadswords on the case. He's trying to combine his experimentals to provide complete covering fire here. But we saw that experimental bomber getting constructed. In fact, here it comes. Oh my goodness. C-, is moving in with the experimental bomber. Here she comes. Where's she gonna go? She ignores the experimentals. Oh, no surprise whatsoever. Bombs away. Kaboom. All of the Tech 3 mobile anti-air that Soviet had just got completely annihilated. We can forgive him for that. I don't think he saw the experimental bomber coming. Clearly, if he did, I guess at an Uber Pro rating, you would split your anti-air up. You certainly wouldn't let it go for 1 pass, 1 kill. That still leaves the 3 experimentals on the front line from Dr. Soviet. But when you've got 3 experimentals with no anti-air whatsoever, you've got broadswords from Legend. You've got an experimental bomber there from the Seraphim, thanks to C-. 3 experimentals, all of which are very heavily damaged. 1 goes down thanks to a chicken there. That leaves these 2. Megalith eating all the broadsword fire in the world. Soviet realizes best thing he can do is split them off. The Monkey Lord goes down thanks to the experimental bomber, and the Megalith goes down thanks to the Tech 3 there from Legends. And that is a massive save, just passing the 41st minute. Wow. We got here Dr. Soviet taking on the chicken personal thanks to his stealth and cloak, and he bags it together with his Monkey Lord. He's also got the Megalith here. The Megalith did not get it. And so there we go. 10,300 mass killed. He's a 5-star despite having less than 30 kills overall. Broadswords moving down from Legend. And yeah, Soviet's got to be so careful. Look how close he is to these broadswords. We know Team 1 have got air dominance. If they get some Tech 3 scouts in this area, man, it's curtains. Legend continuing to press on the very eastern flank. Somehow Soviet has been able to hold and rebuild with what feels like very little. Legend continuing to attack. Nice scouting run down there from C-, seeing what is going on. Up-to-date intel. Bit of an air engage here, but again, just Team 1's got the numbers. Soviet increasing the amount of SAM sites over his area, over his base though, especially the static ones. And looks like Tech 3 artillery, at least partially, has been redirected. Some of it now going for Rick's base. The Seraphim artillery still going after Big Boy's base, who's suddenly wide open. Big Boy going for the telebaser. His Tech 3 is going to take forever. He's not got the powers. You can see he's stalling big time. He's eating artillery. He best hope he gets that upgrade quickly. C- asking, where's Soviet? Well, if only you knew, he's right next to your air. If Legend put a few scouts in this area, you'd find him. Let's see what they can see. Well, that's what they see. They're going after the megalith. Yeah, Soviet is so careful, man. If he gets picked up, he gets picked up. Let's see there. Oh, where is he? He's right there. And so they can see the cloak working wonders. But, you know, if Assassin's telling him to do it, if he gets he's got his spy planes right there. He's flying right over the top. Let's take a look there. Oh my goodness. He's right there. You're talking like 2 seconds away from death with all those broadswords. And it was just a spy plane away. Checking back over here, big boy. He's got the telemaser and he's now going for the laser. Well, there I say he's got the teleporter. He's now going for the laser. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are enjoying this game, do leave a like, show your support to these players. Oh, he's charging, big boy. We're going to have to select him. Where's he going? He's almost there. 44 minutes. Oh, he's ported right next to Legend. And Legend's got nothing to stop him. That is a beautiful win. Now what's he doing? Big boy, he's teleporting again. He's halfway done. I'm going to have to keep him selected so we can track where he's going. We see Legend pushing through, but he's about to go down. And there's the next teleport. Oh my goodness, right next to Zeka. He manages to kill Zeka despite teleporting next to 12 Tech 2 point defenses. The weakest player teleports. Sorry, yeah, the weakest player left for his team certainly teleports and takes out the 2 strongest. That makes it a 2 versus 1 favoring Team 2. However, C-, you got to think, despite the initial disadvantage, he's now ahead. He's got 2 experimental bombers going after Soviet's base. Bang, bang. The first cracks the shield. The second destroys it. Flies over Rick's base, who's got so many SAM sites, thank goodness. The first experimental bomber goes down. The second bomber from C-, turning in not the best place ever. It swings back round. It's going going for Rick's base there, but gets shot down. Doesn't manage to break through. Rick there, no doubt saving the day. "46 minutes, a push-up here from Dr. Soviet, but you just think without air, C's got air. He's making great use of his gunships. This attack, despite it looking very good otherwise, is just not going to get as much done as it otherwise would. Look how many broadswords C has got here in the area. 12 of them. They can put out 3,100 DPS. Dr. Soviet pushing down over here versus C. Sees whose attention's elsewhere. Quick look at the incomes now. 1,800 versus 1-3. That's now 1-7 versus 1-3. Still favouring Team 2. So C really does have his work cut out for him. Just 3 of the 10 players remain. Big scouting run now from C. Having a look what's going on in Rick's base. Quick look over here. This push from Soviet. We see it's a lot of spam. There is a little bit of tech. C decides to prioritize the tech. And now a lot of Medusas. Well, if they get a single factory, I'll be surprised. But yeah, it looks like there's more than enough from C to prevent that from happening. Artillery rains in, and Rick suddenly has power issues at the worst possible time. He's just been targeted. Oh, he's starting to lose His own personal shields collapsing with it. Bang! Oh, that was a big one. 2 fusions, the Tech 3, as well as shields, the nuke defense. Rick! He now... Excuse me. All that shouting really is starting to take effect. Come on, Rick. He rediverts what's left of his units to try and support the shields. Oh, it's still breaking through. 48 minutes. And things are looking very, very shaky for Rick suddenly. Soviets going for the teleport. He's already got the Maser. Will he get it? Tech 3 artillery starting to rain in versus Soviet now. He's got to be so careful these shields don't crack. He's got them pinged up. Assassin says the ACU is right there, but not super protected. If we take a look at the map overall, C, despite the economic disadvantage, despite being a player down, just looks comfortably in control with the long-range artillery. He's got at least 3 standoff pieces as well as 2 sats here. Go on then, the tension's on, man. Does Soviet get his teleport? It's going to be close. He's got the Maser. The shields go down. It's 90%. 95. He's now going for a Tech 2 upgrade. That's to increase the rate at which he can get stuff done. And there's Tech 3 as well. He's only got 3 engineers to assist. And Rick over here is eating all of the wrath. 2 sats. C, of course, controlling all the bases, controlled all the standoff ammo towards Rick. 3 artillery pieces, 2 sats. And Rick's shield suddenly cracked through. He's still got the commander, who's now being targeted. Desperately redirects the drones to try and get this online. Oh, it's going to be close. Rick's losing almost everything. I just want to keep tabs here on Soviet, who's 61% on Tech 3. Oh, he just gets a shield blinking online in time. He's still eating all the fire. There's desperations of ping going down over here. Assassin says, get the good ACU and end it. Poor Rick. He's 90-odd%. Go on. Experimental bomber comes in. Cracks the shield once again that was just blinked on. And Rick is now eating sat as well as the artillery. I don't think Rick's long for this world. Oh, look at all that construction abilities there. Go on, Soviet. If you're going to teleport, it's now or never. Oh, it's so close, man. Rick. Oh, he's going to go. He's going to go. 1009-87645-321. Boom. And suddenly, just 2 players remain. 1 apiece. Go on then, Soviet. What are you going to do? Dr. Soviet says, oh no. Oh no, indeed. Where's he going? I guess he's running scouts here, there, and everywhere. What can Soviet see? Well, there's your answer. He was here. Oh, he's trying to go under his shield, but, you know, Cybran shields when you're going to have 5 standoff weapons going for you. How long's it going to last? Soviet is spilling eco right good and proper. Of course, just inherits the majority of the base that was in Rick's hands. Experimental bomber bearing down on him. And Soviet's trying to run away. He's restarted construction facilities. Here comes the experimental bomber. 51 minutes. The shields go down at the worst possible time. Ladies and gentlemen. I don't believe it. I do hope you enjoyed that one. Thank you very much for watching. And until next time, from deep inside the UK, take care. Forgive us for wrapping it up a little quick. Do leave a like if you do enjoy. It's just so hot here in the UK right now. And until next time, wherever in the world you may be, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Thank you very much. Take care. Ta-ra. My throat, man. My throat really is. See ya.